So, big days tomorrow.
How could I forget? You look at that thing several times a day.
Why did Uncle Bob have to be so dramatic? A formal invitation on a fancy card. I mean, who does that?
Bob always was eccentric.
Yeah, but he wasn't always like that. Not until Jackson turned up.
Actually, I think you have a point there. I wonder if old Jack got an invitation.
That's not funny. You know, I never really liked Jackson. He wasn't very friendly.
I just ignored him.
The way that Uncle Bob carried on with him was not normal. Do you remember when we went over there for dinner?
Yeah, great steaks.
I don't think he'd had a bath in weeks.
Well, what'd you expect? Bob took him in off the street.
I had to sit next to him at the dinner table. I hated the way he stared at me. Creepy.
So tomorrow's the day. You want to meet at the office or meet here first?
I think we should meet here and go there together.
Bob certainly was secretive about this. I mean, he kept dropping hints like it was some sort of big, exciting event.
Uncle Bob was eccentric. There's no doubt about that. And actually got weirder over time. I call it the BJ period and the AJ period.
BJ?
Yeah, before Jackson and after Jackson.
Yeah, well, Bob certainly was tight with the money, BJ, and then threw it out the window when Jack came along. I mean, it was weird. I've never heard a grown man talk like that.
I couldn't believe that fancy bed he bought him. Solid cherry. And the ridiculous custom-made coat. That coat cost more than my leather jacket.
And the food? I mean, steaks from the best butcher, no less. I mean, actually, I did enjoy going to their house for dinner.
Remember the time they were here? Yeah, the guest room was a mess. I had to vacuum 3 times and left the window open all day to air it out.
Where is Jackson now?
Staying with a neighbor. Jane always liked Jackson. God only knows why.
Well, maybe he'll stay there. I mean, she could certainly use the mail company.
Oh, did you see him at the cemetery?
Jack was there.
Yeah, but he stayed in Jane's car. I saw him staring at me. Creepy.
Good afternoon. Jane called to say that she was running a little late, but I think we can get started. We are here today to read the last will and testament of Robert John Berenger. And essentially, Robert has left his entire estate to Jackson Berenger.
No, he can't do that. We're his real family, his blood relatives.
What's Jackson going to do with the money? It's not like he can look after himself.
Well, there is a provision in the will which states that whoever is willing to look after Jackson and take care of him in the standard of living to which he has become accustomed will benefit from a stipend of $10,000 a month.
That's a lot of money.
Well, we've always been very fond of Jackson. In fact, Jack always sat next to me at dinner. He had this soulful way of looking in my eyes.
Yeah, such a wonderful companion for Uncle Bob.
We have a guest room that Jackson could have all to himself.
Yeah, always enjoyed his visits.
Oh, he was great. Jack was so friendly. We loved him to bits, didn't we, Mike?
Yeah, sure did.
He was.
Come in.
Sorry we're late. We got stuck in traffic.
Come on in and have a seat. Jane, since you were a witness to the signing of the will, you know most of the details. However, there is one thing to add. Robert left it up to Jackson to decide upon his own fate. So, Jackson, I'd ask you, if you would, to choose who you want to live with. And I'd ask the rest of you to remain seated and quiet while Jackson makes his decision.
of a bitch.
Never wanted a dog anyway.
Doggone it.